Walls mark a separation fence that runs along or a border between countries. Walls typically constructed in purpose to an international curbing illegal immigration, human trafficking, and smuggling. Some walls are constructed for defense or security reasons. In cases of uncertain or unclear border, it also serves as a de facto unilateral consolidation of territorial claim that can succeed formal delimitation. Wall barrier does not usually indicate the location of an actual border and is usually constructed separately by a country without agreement or cooperation of another country.
Welcome back to our channel. Rosie with you and Atsa from Couples Wanderlust. Walls built to protect kingdoms and settlements or keep out unwanted people. Over the time, we have found innovative uses of walls, serve as memorial structures, many stand as beautiful pieces of art. Here we have listed the most famous walls around the world, ancient and modern, for their history, cultural, or political significance.
The Great Wall of China. Built in the 14th century, the Great Wall of China stretches for 8,850 kilometers. This amazing wall was built to protect the northern borders of the Chinese Empire from the attacks of nomadic tribes. The Great Wall is one of the most recognized structures in the world. It is the largest man-made barrier ever built, and it's without a doubt one of the most amazing engineering achievements. However, the legend that claims that it's the only man-made structure visible from space with a naked eye is false.
The Walls of Stone, Croatia. The Walls of Stone, a series of walls, are located in the Pelješac Peninsula, southern Croatia. The 3.5-mile wall linking the two towns of Stone and Malistone was built at the narrowest point of the peninsula just before joining the mainland as the second line of defense for the city of Dubrovnik, protecting the precious salt span that were very important for the wealth of the city. The 15th century wall is Europe's second longest wall and is one of the most famous walls in the world.
Berlin Wall, Germany. This wall was built much later than the previous one, but just as much famous. Construction began in 1961 at the peak of the Cold War. It was built in the middle of the Berlin by East Germany in order to stop the East Berliners to escape to the West. It was finally taken down with the fall of the Soviet Union in 1989. Remnants can still be found today in Berlin and are one of the biggest tourist attractions.
Walls of Troy, Turkey. Troy is a legendary city, is now in the northwestern Turkey, made famous in Homer's epic poem, the Iliad. According to Iliad, this is where the Trojan War took place. The archaeological site of Troy contains several layers of ruins. The layer of Troy 7a was probably the Troy of Homer and has been dated to the mid to late 13th century BC. Portions of the famous walls of Troy are still visible. Today, a large number of tourists visit Troy each year. The visitor sees a highly commercialized site with a large wooden horse built as a playground for children, then shops and museum.
Great Zimbabwe Walls, Zimbabwe. The Great Zimbabwe is a complex of stone ruins spread out over a large area in modern-day Zimbabwe, which itself named after the ruins. The word great distinguished the site from the many hundred small ruins known as Zimbabwe's spread across the countries. Built by indigenous Bantu people, the construction started in the 11th century and continued for 300 years. At its peak, estimates are that Great Zimbabwe had as many as 18,000 inhabitants. Its most formidable edifice, commonly referred to the Great Enclosure, has walls as high as 11 meters, extending approximately 250 meters, making it the largest ancient structure south of the Sahara Desert.
Did you find our video interesting? Write your comments below if you are contributing an information.
Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to notify with our next video. Hadrians Wall UK. In the period from 117 to 138, Emperor Hadrian ruled the Roman Empire. When he visited the current UK and saw that his kingdom was to be there better protected against attacks from hostile tribes, he went on to build a 117-kilometer long wall. For this, they used a combination of stone and turf. At fixed distance, forts were built, 14 large and 80 small forts. In total, the construction lasted about 6 years. Hadrian's Wall was served until the end of the 4th century. Fortunately, it is a large piece of preserved of the middle portion. This is a beautiful trail.
Vietnam Veterans Memorial, USA. In 1982, all Americans were glued to the tube when it was revealed, namely the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. As you can deduce, this monument is intended the name as a tribute to the fallen American soldiers. There are about 58,000 names engraved on the wall. Vietnam Veterans Memorial, designed by architect Maya Lin, consists of 3 parts: a wall, a statue, and a special memorial for famous veterans. What still is sometimes forgotten is that there are too many nurses were sent to Vietnam. This memorial is located in the Washington, D.C., near the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial.
Walls of Babylon, Iraq. Babylon was the capital of Babylonia region. At this location, we find the Iraqi capital Baghdad. Back to the period when Babylon developed into a major trading center. Around 1800 BC left Sumu Abum, leader of the Semitic tribe of Amorites, built a wall around the city. Eventually, his successor was able to complete the structure. A century later, plucked the then leader of the fruits of the walls of Babylon. He knew best to exploit the city's strategic position.
Sacsayhuman. Sacsayhuman is an Inca-walled complex high above the city of Cusco in Peru. The imperial city Cusco was laid out in the form of a puma, the animal that symbolized the Inca dynasty. The belly of the puma was the main plaza, the river Tolamayo formed its spine, and the hill of Sacsayhuman its head. There are 3 parallel walls built in different levels with limestones of enormous sizes. It is suggested that the zigzagging walls represent the teeth of the puma's head. The boulders used for the first or lower levels are the biggest. The largest is 8.5 meters high and weighed about 140 metric tons. The wall is built in such a way that the single piece of paper will not fit between many of the stones. This precision, combined with the variety of their interlocking shapes and the way the walls lean inward, is thought to have helped the Romans survive the devastating earthquakes in Cusco.
If you like our pics, give a thumbs up and share with your friends.
For more information about travel and world's wonder, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye!